Hi there. Welcome to the AP Macroeconomics video for Curriculum Night. My name is William Stifel, and I am the AP Economics teacher at South Mech. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be going over a few different things today. We're going to be talking about content, what the course looks like, and then a little bit of contact information at the end. So first, content. So here are the 6 units that are covered in AP Macro. We're going to be starting off with basic economic concepts. So in macro, because macro focuses on the economy as a whole, the larger economy, we're going to be covering individual markets in basic economic concepts. And then we're also going to be covering things like scarcity, comparative advantage, trade, and production possibilities curves. In Unit 2, that's economic indicators and the business cycle. We'll obviously be covering the business cycle. We'll be covering GDP, unemployment, and inflation, those indicators. In national income and price determination, we'll be talking about aggregate demand, aggregate supply, a lot of graphing in that unit. And we'll be talking about fiscal policy in Unit 3. In Unit 4, we'll be talking about the financial sector, and so that's money markets. And we'll be talking about monetary policy in Unit 4. In Unit 5, we'll be talking about the long-run consequences of stabilization policies, in particular fiscal and monetary policy. So we'll link back to Units 3 and Units 4 and talk about how those policies have long-run impacts on economies. In Unit 6, we'll be talking about international trade and finance. So we'll open up an economy and see how globalization can impact economies. There are 4 big ideas that we're going to cover in AP Macro. The first is going to be measurements. So how do we have accurate measurements that are actually meaningful about the economy that we live in? Markets, right? How do individual and aggregated markets affect our lives? Models, we're going to try to model the world around us. And then policies, right? So how do government policies impact the economy? What is the class like? First off, it's college level. That means that there's going to be extra responsibility on students to take care of their own learning. So that will mean making sure they're doing the reading at home, making sure they're doing the homework and problem sets on time, and then asking for help if they need it when it comes to studying. Grading. So the prepare grades are the smallest. In this course, that's going to be mostly reading assignments. Rehearse grades are going to be that's the second biggest group. That's going to be problem sets. So there's going to be 1 or 2 problem sets per unit. Those assignments are really going to help students practice the material before we get to the perform assignments, which are mostly going to be unit tests. And there's also current events projects, which allow students to link current events to stuff that we're learning about in class and analyze those things. There's going to be lots of simulations and activities in the course to help students learn about the material in a variety of different ways, which I think is the most fun part of the course. And then there's going to be lots of graphing, lots of calculations, lots of theory. It's a mixture between social studies and the math course. And so students will need to use their skills from multiple different backgrounds to excel. And we will all work through that together. Contact information, if you have any more questions or concerns or you just want to set up a meeting, please feel free to email me. My email is williama.stifel@cms.k12.nc.us. I look forward to hearing from anyone who emails me. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.